All right, my man. State your name. Let them know you on Nicovelli TV.
It's your boy G5 once again on Nicovelli TV for all my motherfucking subscribe, hate, and do that page. You know what to do? I ain't have to tell you. He tells you enough.
All right, say no more,
Please get
man.
them likes up.
You already know about Kenny Payne, right?
Yeah, I heard about Kenny Payne.
Being the assistant coach for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
All right. Now, when he was coaching Kevin Knox, excuse me for the long pause, Kevin Knox's game was on point in the Kentucky Wildcats. Now, Kevin Knox is in the slums right now when we speak of his stats.
Stats.
But being that we got Kenny Payne coming aboard, everybody thinks that Kevin Knox is going to have a breakout year. Due to Kenny Payne, he has somebody who's familiar with his game, who can help him, who believes in him. Kevin Knox pops is ecstatic. He liked the move. He's saying that he can trust and he could hold Kenny Payne accountable for mentoring his son. Talk to me. Is Kevin Knox going to have a resurrection due to Kenny Payne being assistant coach of the New York Knicks?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
Why you don't think so?
Still ain't gonna get the time or the minutes.
Why's that?
We got a good draft here this year.
Huh?
We're gonna have a nice draft pick this year.
Yeah?
I said that before.
Okay.
So
So,
he ain't produced in the last 3 years. You already know what I tell you.
who ain't produced in the last 3 years?
Knox.
Okay.
So
And you don't think that have nothing to do with the coach?
No. I'm tired of blaming the coaches. These players need to play. They get paid this money. They make it this far. Some of them just make it to the A and they stop. Knox look like one of those who's just comfortable being in the NBA. He ain't gonna do much.
Okay. Have you heard of guards like Gary Payton?
Of course.
Okay.
That's the
Gary
glove.
Payton ain't get it. He ain't become the glove in one night, man.
It ain't taking no 4 years to get his name in the glove neither.
Listen, how many years you think? I think it took Gary Payton like 3 years, man. 3-4 years, man. He didn't come with the OJ.
But you gotta give it. Gary Payton, when he first came in the league, he dropped buckets regardless of what. He didn't get the steals into the hands until 2-3 years later, but he still was dropping buckets. He still was he was a good ass point guard even as a rookie. Even the second, third year, he was good. He was okay. From the 80s, you gotta think about the era we talking about now. Now we in the era of the 3-point shot, big men taking down the ball, so it's a different ball game now.
Is it safe to say you're only good as your coach? Allowing you to get minutes on the courts?
Yes.
So how can you expect Kevin Knox to do spectacular things, right?
Because they gave him the opportunities, and he failed every time he had the opportunities. There was time Kevin Knox was pushing 25 minutes. He wasn't even dropping 10 points. I mean, he could work it now where he might get the 25 minutes and might get a little bit more. The ball's yours because of the coach. But then you gotta look at everybody else that's there. With the points. With the minutes. You got R.J Barrett. Who's gonna be a
Talk to me about R.J Barrett.
This year I think he's gonna step a little more than what he did last year. See, last year was good. He averaged some good numbers.
And why you say that about R.J Barrett stepping up?
Because I know he's just gonna get better, and you can tell by the way he's balling, he's gonna get better. Like it's just gonna get better. The 3-point shot's gonna come way better. I know that's what he's working on this year. He got the inside game down pat.
Okay. Do you think he'd be even more better if we trade Julius Randle, who was refusing to share the rock with R.J. Barrett?
Yes. Because especially with this draft pick this year, you might as well get rid of the old guy and just keep all these young guys you got. And let's start from there. I would respect it more if we start from there. I'd rather be a young team and look like the Kings right now. And I'm being truthful because the Kings is a powerful young team.
Okay.
And they just as bad as the Knicks. But they're a powerful young team. The N.B.A. respect that team.
Okay.
They respect those players.
Do you think the NBA going to respect the Knicks?
No.
Not in the future either.
In the future, probably, when we move up, when we start doing something worth everybody talking about. But we still gonna be the same talking about.
So next season you don't see nothing changing?
It depends on this draft pick. I tell you the truth. If they go with ball, bro, I don't know, bro. See, that's if we go with ball on the point, bro. We be doing some good movements.
Well, so you like the ball coming?
That's the only one really. We don't need a center. We got Mitch, so we don't need that. We might need the power forward if we get rid of Julius. But if we keeping Julius, you can't get the rookie power forward. So it's like, the only thing we could do is where we working at right now, our point guard situation.
Okay. Now
and that's the best point guard coming out out the draft right now. So.
Okay. Now you said you were impressed with Mitch. You like his upscale game, right?
Oh, nah, this year he's gonna do good. See, because the coach, I think, is gonna give him a little more, letting him. Because he was doing good. Remember, last year I told you, his shit was foul trouble this whole year.
Right.
That nigga was in foul trouble the whole fucking season. Every game, this nigga's 3-4 fouls before the third, fourth quarter. If they control that, but they can't control something when somebody's defense is what they live off of. He lives off of those blocks. He lives off of those rebounds. So.
Okay, now when we speak of Mitch, right? For someone to help him with the stack, right? Do you think the Knicks is in need of a backup center?
Yeah. Who we got as a backup?
So is it safe to say this is why Mitchell Robinson is getting into foul trouble? Because he got to play more minutes?
He got to play more minutes. No, we said
that. Due to the fact that he ain't got a backup center?
There's no center there. We've been said that. We said that like, I think, three, 4 back. We said that Mitch would be better if he had another backup. He ain't getting the minutes neither because he's in foul trouble. But when he do play good, you see him, he get 20, 15, 5, 10. You know, he get his numbers.
And they said that Mitchell Robinson now got a shot that he hasn't displayed yet.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe.
From behind the arc.
They all been, like I told you, this is the new N.B.A. Your big guys got to be able to shoot a 3. If you ain't doing a 3-pointer from back there, it's bad business. That's just why they moved Ben Simmons to power forward. Because his ass don't want to shoot the ball.
Okay, now when we talk about this NBA bubble, who do you think is going to the playoffs? I mean, yeah.
You mean who's going to win the playoffs?
Who's going to win?
Well, right now, I'm waiting for tonight's game. See the Lakers and the Blazers.
Lakers and Blazers?
I'm waiting to see that game.
Yeah?
That's like, to me, that's going to be like one of the best for this one. Because the Clippers just showed that they're going to just wait and sit and waiting.
Okay.
And this one here, the way Leonard, oh my God. The way Leonard and Carmelo playing and them 3 playing right now.
Speaking of Melo. Speaking of Carmelo Anthony.
And I heard that he might want to come back to the Knicks next year for the retire. If he can make it to the championship this year.
How you feel about that, Melo coming back?
I would love that.
You would love that?
Come on now, I'm a Carmelo head, so it's like, yeah, come back.
So if he was to come back, how would you want him
just to finish off your season? Teach these young kids what they need to learn.
So he should be playing off the bench. I think Melo would be more effective with the Knicks if he came off the bench.
Yeah.
He can't start, man.
Nah, he won't be able to start. Even though he's doing good starting right now. So we can't sit there and say, but with the young core that we trying to run with, and I know that's what they're going to try to build because that's why they got the coaches that they got now, the Knicks want to go young.
Okay.
I don't know what Darlin's thinking, but you want to go young.
All right. Now, something took place with the Clippers. I think the Clippers beat somebody or lost. I'm not sure.
They won last night to the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay. And that
that
affected the Knicks as far as the draft. When they got the 27th pick, something like that. Something about the 20. I might be speaking prematurely, but I know it made it possible for the New York Knicks to go after Marcus Morris, who they just traded.
But why would we want Marcus Morris?
I mean, why would we want Marcus Morris? Because he put up numbers.
Why would we want Marcus Morris?
Did you see his last season on the Knicks? You see what he did?
Right. But
why would we want Marcus Morris?
Because
you
the
serious?
reason why I say that is because of this. Marcus Morris is Marcus Morris. He's going to drop buckets on the Knicks. He had no choice because it was the only reason why he had to drop buckets for the Knicks.
But that don't mean he was able to get the job done. We want all our players to drop buckets for the New York Knicks.
I know that, but
you just said Kevin Knox failed, right?
Yeah.
When given the opportunity, right? Yeah. He had the same opportunity. Now we gave it to Marcus Morris. Did he fall? No. So I'm just saying, we want players who's going to delegate the task.
Do we want another 30-something-year-old player and to hold it to be there scoring again? No.
If he played like he's 27, yes.
No.
If he played like he's 23, Marcus Morris playing like he's 23, 25 years old. He's busting ass. You know?
He's doing okay.
Marcus Morris can't handle a player like Jay Morant. You wild.
John Morant?
Yeah.
He can hold John Morant. Nah.
I'm not saying he can hold him, but he can play with him. He can play amongst him.
Melo can play amongst him.
That's the point I'm trying to make. So we're talking about players who can keep up.
I'm saying remember what I just said before. When I said we look at the Kings, we look at what the Knicks is trying to do now. The only old player the Knicks got on their team is Julius Randolph. Everybody else is young. This is my point. You bring another old head in. Only old head to come in like right now would be like a Carmelo, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. That's gonna sit there and mentor these young kids. That man ain't trying to mentor nobody. He ready to beat the niggas up. He ain't with it. Marcus Morris is an animal, a bully. He's not with it. He was what the Knicks needed because we needed the bully on the court. He was our bully. If you notice, when shit get tough, he was the one throwing the tough. He wasn't the one scared to throw the toughness. That's what the Knicks needed. Somebody tough. So he was being the tough man role. That's what's his job, to be the tough man and to drop them 3-point buckets.
Okay. All right, my man.
But the Knicks don't need that right now. What we need is a young core and run with this young core and let's get them built up. Build them up. Build them up. You got young coaches now. You got coaches from college that played with these kids. It's a whole different feel when it comes to the Knicks. You got to look at that because now you look at the coaching staff, you look at the inside. Everything changed except one thing, and that's the owner.
All right, what I need you to do, man. This interview is a little better than the past one. I'm glad that you feel a little bit more optimistic about our New York Knicks.
No, I never said.
Yeah. You never said what?
All I said, season's over. I told y'all from the beginning of the season, the Knicks wasn't going nowhere, wasn't going to do shit, wasn't going to be shit because of the reasons why. The coaching staff. I said that shit. You go back go into his archives, y'all see it. We've been said this.
So now you blame it on the players. Now you switching.
No.
You said it was the coaches, right? It's the reason why the Knicks ain't going nowhere. Now you saying the reason why the Knicks ain't going nowhere is the players. Like now you.
No, I ain't say the players. I never said player out of my mouth. What I said was between coaching staff and the way they picked the way they made the Knicks the last 2 years was stupid. Let's be truthful, man. We got to stop lying to each other as Knicks fans and be real with ourselves. If you analyze basketball and you love basketball the way you love basketball, you know what mistakes they made. And we got to eat those mistakes. That's all I'm saying. We got to eat them. I could have a bad run with my Knicks and be like, fuck my Knicks, because I'm a Knicks fan. I'd rather me say it than the next motherfucker come to my face and tell me, fuck your Knicks, they bums. At least I know we bums and I can sit there and take that I'm a bum. Yeah, we a bum now, but later on we'll be good.
And that's where we at. You see the transition.
It ain't a transition. I've been like that always.
I'm talking about the Knicks, man. Take yourself off the equation.
I know.
Do you see the transition with the New York Knicks?
I see a little transition, but I don't see anything possible happening that made a big change towards the Knicks to make us one of these franchise teams where it's like the New York Knicks. We still gonna be talked about as the bum ass New York Knicks.
Look, I could care too.
We still gonna have the same
about what the outsiders say, man. This is a Knick nation, Knick family, man.
Right,
and look, either you're born with the New York Knicks or you not. Is you with the nation? Look in the camera and ask.
I'm with my nation, but listen.
Are you with the Knick nation?
My
man?
nation's
listen.
gonna understand what I mean when I sit there and say, if we sit here as the nation and keep accepting what we accepting, we never gonna be nowhere. We need star players. No star player, unless we building a star player to make a motherfucking star and want to come here. That's not happening. Now we might do it. Now we might be able to get the chance to if we could get the first 4 out the draft this year, which I feel is fucked up. We're not even getting number one.
This is your homework This is your homework from Nicovelli. You know how when you're in grade school, you know what I'm saying, and you heard about the children's story with the train. I think I can. Remember that story? I think I can. Do you remember that?
What about?
I think you need to say, I nick I can. Switch it up. Like, I nick I can. Yeah. Believe in your New York Knicks, man. Believe in them, man. You can't have one foot in and have one foot out, man. Listen,
no,
I said keep it real. It's okay to keep it real.
And 1 foot out. What I'm doing is this. Being as 100 as I can get it, because I ain't gonna lie to you about it. I've been a Knicks fan that's been deported in this fan. I'm never gonna not be a Knicks fan because I'm from New York and I bleed red and blue. And those colors there is what I got. I got probably more Knicks attire than half of Knick Nation.
Listen, it's a beautiful thing to have a Knick attire.
But
you can look the part, but you gotta be the part too, man. Well, it's your boy Nickavelli. You on Nickavelli TV. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man.
We ain't got nobody with that.
Now I got your ass back.
Yeah, good.
Later.